So we're all packed up. I'm riding out of this lovely little campsite in Villa O'Higgins. We are backtracking now and heading back north on the road that we came in on. This will take us back up to the ferry at Rio Bravo. Once we've caught the ferry, that takes us back to Caleta. We will have to retrace our steps again and head back up to a town called Cochrane. We are then going to hook it east and head to a border crossing and cross into Argentina. We'll either cross this evening or first thing in the morning. More than likely first thing in the morning. And then we'll be in Argentina and we'll start making our way south on Route 40. Once you get down to Villa O'Higgins, it's basically a dead end, unless you're hiking or you're cycling and you can get out to other places, but there aren't any roads that go out from there. Now there are other options of how to head south in Chile and Argentina from here. You can get a ferry from Caleta and it'll send you out through the fjords west, then down south around Puerto Natales. It takes around 41 hours. By doing that, you can skip backtracking yourself. Also, with that part of Route 40, it's a dreaded 73, and apparently it's a section of Route 40 that hasn't been paved, so it's quite deep rough gravel, and added to that there's quite strong gusts of wind, so I think it can be a little bit dicey. So those on bigger bikes tend to have chosen the ferry option. The bigger bikes are harder to ride on the gravel, and you can completely understand why they would skip some of it out, but for us it's a bit of a different story. We want to try and ride as much as we can, and we've set the bikes up to ride on gravel. We've got the knobbly tyres, we're trying to travel as light as we can, so there's no reason for us to try and skip anything really.
This wind.
It's like a huge pressure that's on you when you
I know.
go out of the trees.
I'm feeling it massively on my right hand side, and then as soon as the gust of wind stops, you're then heading towards the right hand side of the road. It's a bit of a battle. Wowza. It's going to be interesting on those windy roads today.
Yes, it is. But here's where it was most windy, because you have the
it's
wind
open
coming in off the lake down there.
Yeah.
You see all the waves are coming this way. Everything's coming down the valley and pushing this way.
Yeah. So maybe it'll be all right once
It'll
we're
be fine. Yeah,
up
it's
there.
the windiest part.
So it's just gone 7 p.m. We found a campground about an hour ago that was in such a beautiful spot, but there was about 20 locals in this very small patch of land, and we got a bit impatient and decided to move on, as we weren't 100% sure if they were moving on or when they were moving on. So we drove, it was this beautiful lake, it's another lake closer to Cochrane, and it's beautiful, just as beautiful. There's about 3 cars here, but I suspect they're all just here to fish because they don't look like they're geared up for camping. I'll just show you around. So all the locals are here.
Hola.
Hola. And we're not setting up camp just yet. We are just going to make some dinner with this view. And then hopefully by the time we've cooked dinner, the cars will be gone and then we can make a little camp. What are you making for us tonight?
We're going to have some pasta. We're going to have some sardines in tomato sauce.
It's a new one. We've not tried this yet.
We've had the mackerel in tomato sauce a few times and it's been good. Yeah. And then we're going to have some peas. And then we got some sauce to go on the pasta. Nice and easy. Yeah. But actually quite tasty. And once it's fairly late to be eating for us again, so anything tastes good at this time.
Let's have a look. That's what it turned out like.
Tastes good.
How do you think the sardines taste?
They don't look very good. They definitely taste good though. I'm happy with them.
It's filling a hole. Is that the right spot?
It'll do. It'll do nicely. We are just wrapping it up for the day and enjoying the nice light around the lake. We're going to cook up some of our hot chocolate, some of our Milo, and crawl into bed. Hopefully we can get across the border tomorrow into Argentina at Paso Robledo. Fingers crossed. It's all straightforward. Good night.
Bye.
See ya.
Good morning. We had a nice little sleep in our tent in our another gorgeous campground. We are nearly packed up, ready to go. It's about 9 o'clock, so a little bit later than normal. We are going to head to Paso Robledo, the border crossing between Chile and Argentina. Hopefully this morning. It's about just over 100 k's away. Hopefully it will be the border crossing will be as easy as the first time we went into Argentina. Hopefully not as long as the second when we went from Argentina to Chile, because that took quite a few hours. Matt's the one that's taking forever this morning.
Yeah, I'm the slow coach this morning. I think we needed a little bit more sleep, so
yeah, Excuses.
If you need it,
Excuses.
you've got to do it.
All right. Well, I hope it goes well today.
Little bit of a later start from us, leaving Lake Cochrane. To be honest, the majority of that, the blame lands on me. My lower back is really starting to feel it. It's a bit tight, so yeah, it took me a while to free myself up this morning and do a few stretches. Just take it easy. It's definitely, these days on the bikes, definitely starting to take their toll on us. You just feel very hunched up and tight. I think we both need a massage or constant stretching every day. Might be something to bear in mind. Have a little stretching session as we get off the bikes every day. It'll probably do us a world of good, to be honest.
Guanacos, I think that's how you say it.
Oh, they're lovely.
How cool is this thing?
Oh, I'm in love. Jesus. I can't see nothing. Oh, okay, I can see now. One thing that I absolutely love about overland travel is that I feel like every stone is unturned. Like, you see so much of a country, and like today we're just, you know, we're riding to a border control. So like in my head I didn't really have super high hopes of it being a really, really beautiful drive for some stupid reason. And we're driving here now, and it is one of the most beautiful landscapes since we've been in Chile, and it's just amazing. That's why I'm so passionate about traveling in this way, because it's just every day, well, certainly in Chile, every day has been so different in what you're seeing in front of you. And there is, and especially on a bike, there are just no distractions. You're not on your phone, you're not playing around in the car. Like, when you're on a bike, it's just you, the bike, and the view in front of you. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Feeling a lot of gratitude at the moment. It's definitely the road conditions are getting worse the closer we get to this border.
They are.
I wonder if it continues getting worse when we go through Argentina. All will be revealed. It's fun though, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun. I'm really enjoying this.
I am too. Minus the dust in the eyes. I should have worn my goggles. Okay, I took my jacket off and put my goggles on. Optimum comfort. Okay, we are here. Yeah, minor setback today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to cross the border to Argentina. We were missing some paperwork, what's called salvo conducto. They've just newly introduced this process, and I think it's only applicable to more remote border crossings in Chile. Annoyingly, even more annoyingly, they said there's no Wi-Fi, even though I checked there was, and we have to drive back, they said, about 50 k's in the direction we already came, so, which doesn't sound far, but on these extremely gravelly roads you're looking at a couple of hours potentially, but we'll see. We are going to find a campground of some sort with Wi-Fi, so that will enable us to do our applications, wait for us to get confirmation emails, and then once we get those we can go back to the border and do the crossing. Okay, so we found Wi-Fi. Luckily, the person at this information centre spoke fluent English and was able to help me fill out this form. We were about to head back to Cochrane, but we've decided, do you know what, it's getting late. I think it's about 6:30 now. Let's just camp and we'll start again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll try and get some Wi-Fi again in this place tomorrow morning, which by then hopefully we should hear back from the border control to see whether they have approved our application, and then we can then make a fresh start tomorrow. At least we're a little bit closer to the border than we were yesterday. Still haven't made huge progress, but at least we have more knowledge now and we're a little bit closer, and plus we get to stay in this beautiful park where we share it with I keep pronouncing the name wrong, guanacos where we share the park with guanacos and pumas. Hopefully we can see a puma from a great distance as opposed to being next to our tent. So yeah, let's see what that looks like.
Famous tent building skills.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the business.
Excuse me for not looking my best. We've had a hotter than we thought, and dry, dusty day on the bikes. And after the turn back and the rejection from border control for not having that document, we've decided to stay inside the national park. So we've got ourselves a little shelter where we're going to cook, and going to get the tent up next door. At least we can have a hot shower, get cleaned up, and try that border again tomorrow.